Hey guys, welcome back to the Firsties podcast. I'm your host Mila.
And I'm your host Mela.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
We're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
we like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Now
And
let's get into this episode. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Firsties. You want to tell them what we're doing, Hermelli?
Welcome back, guys. We are in New York.
You heard?
And we have a surprise guest for you guys.
We're going to introduce in just a second. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, so over 5 million followers across all platforms. Model, actor, influencer, NBA agent, entrepreneur, investee, and firstie.
Yes.
Actually, featured on Forbes 30 Under 30 in 2019. We'll get into all the major partnerships he has. We have Blaise French here.
You heard? Hey.
That was a pretty good intro, right?
That was really good.
I just want to say, give us our cred. We're so excited to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So should we get into how this all happened?
exactly. Yeah. Y'all need to.
Yeah, get into it. So we met at the Aloe Wellness Club,
We
right?
did, yep.
With the company I work for. And you walked in and you expected someone else.
I
You expected
did.
Teresa, right?
The day before, yeah.
And he was actually like, while he was walking up the stairs, I think I recall him being like, Teresa or something. And he was like, wait, you're not Teresa. I was like, yeah, it's Amila. I could be Teresa if you like.
But they told me that I would like you more than Teresa too. They said you're gonna like.
Did they?
They did say this.
Oh, I love our team at Aloe.
say
They're
this.
amazing. And then we end up working together. And then we got into your background actually.
Yes.
And I do this. Hermela knows this. I'm not like a what's your favorite color type of person. I'm like, let's get into your childhood trauma. You know? And you told me your background. You're from Jamaica, which we'll get into. And then of course I was like texting her like, I think we have the next guest of Firsties.
Hey.
And then you agreed to do it. Our schedules lined up and now we're here.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for following through. You know, people are like, hey, I'll do your show.
True.
So I really appreciate
Only
it.
for you.
Aw, thank you, Blaise.
The first guest we had to like do a trip for.
Oh, yeah. You're,
I love
this
it.
is on the job training, by
I
the way.
love it.
So there's like a first for both of you. You're a firstie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
So let's get into, before we actually get into what we're going to get into, we're going to play a quick intro game.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like games? Are you comfortable? Are you nervous?
I'm down with this game for sure.
Okay. All right. Do you want to tell them, you want to start it?
Yeah. So we're gonna do like a this or that. So you're just gonna quick rapid fire.
And we might play as well, you know.
Yeah, get in there.
Okay.
So would you rather do acting for life or modeling for life?
Acting, for sure.
Acting.
Definitely.
Why acting?
I think it shows more of your personality. It's more in depth. Modeling, you could just be posing. It's like real cheesy a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
How about wearing sneakers or loafers? Again, think about it like for life.
For life. Sneakers for sure.
Oh yeah,
For
those are good.
sure.
I do love a loafer, but yeah, absolutely. USA or Jamaica?
Yeah, that was my Jamaican's gonna kill me, but the US just because the opportunities and everything,
That's
you know.
real. And we'll get into that later. Talk about firsties. Yeah. Go ahead, love.
Are you more of like a night owl or like a morning person?
Early morning, late night. What are we doing?
Damn. That's so tough.
And I want you to answer this too, but go ahead.
Early morning or late night. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, I'm more of a midday kind of guy. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna go late night. Yeah.
Really? How about you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm more of an early morning.
In this time of my life, I'm early morning.
Yeah, early morning.
Yeah, I used to be. Yeah, but yeah, I had to give that up. You want to do the next one?
Yes. So would you rather do just watch movies for entertainment forever, or no music, or just music and never watch like a movie?
Movies for sure.
Really?
I'm the same way.
I'm just surprised because like you can live without movies. I'm sorry.
No, I can't.
You can't?
I can live without music.
Really? So what would you do like when you're working out?
I'm a little bit of a psycho, and I be like driving in the car, no music, and like I'm very quiet. On Sundays, I actually don't speak at all. Like I try not to say not one word on Sundays. So I'm very the full day.
That's crazy.
That's psychotic. That's
right.
Scary.
So I love
So do
quiet.
you work out like in silence, or like you listen to like podcasts? What do you do?
If I could do like no music by myself. Like
Just vibe
I'm
out.
a little crazy.
Oh,
I mean, he said it. He said it.
Yeah.
Because I need music. I need something to like amp me up,
To
like
pump
while
you
working.
up.
Yeah.
I agree, but if I had to pick movies, there's just movies that changed my life. That sounds corny, but like truly,
Yeah.
like it changed. Yeah, how I think and all that. Yeah,
For
Definitely.
me, it's like memories are like tied to music. So like when I listen to like my favorite song, like I think of like, you know, like it kind of like takes you back.
Yeah, true.
Movies don't really do that for me.
I
Jamie.
might still do movies, but that was good. That was
Damn,
good.
that is good.
LA or New York?
You know, we in New York, and that's where I'm from, so it's definitely New York.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Right. Oh wait, Brooklyn or Queens? Let's start the New York debate.
Yeah. I love Brooklyn a lot, but Queens get the money for sure. It's Queens all day.
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm interested in this one. New fit or fresh shape up?
Fresh shape up.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause
you don't heard of a shape up is like a man's makeup.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
what
fact.
you think you're the
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
I just got a cut before I came, so absolutely.
The whole maintenance routine. Okay,
last
so going out or staying in?
We're gonna stay in.
Oh, okay.
Agreed. How about you?
It depends. I feel like I'm like more in the middle for these. But if I have to like go out like every day or like stay in every day.
Just your preference.
Oh, my preference is like in the middle. It depends. When my social battery's up there, then I'm
Yeah.
out. But like if not, I'm pretty much staying
I
in.
love a game night. I
A
love a
good
Taco
game
Tuesday.
night.
Like I love hosting. Yeah.
It's like a tight knit type things.
Yeah. But I love going out too, but mostly.
Yeah.
I'm always the friend that's like, you know, I'll go to your birthday dinner, but you know, I could take you out. You could come over and we could have some
And
like
just chill
and
type
just chill.
vibe.
Yeah, make it feel
I like that. I like that.
Actually, speaking about birthdays, it's your birthday month.
This is my birthday.
April
month.
30th.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did our research.
I love that. I appreciate that.
Any plans before we get into what we get into? Any plans?
Yeah, well, I celebrate the whole month, so I'm gonna be doing like something in New York and LA, and then on my actual day, my grandma, she lives in Florida, and she's in like this rehab home because you know she's like sick and stuff. So I'm gonna throw a little party in the rehab home with her.
Sweet. Oh my
Turn
God,
up.
I'm so sorry to hear, but that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's so thoughtful to
No,
share it with her.
definitely.
Okay, let's get into your resume first of all. I was thoroughly impressed.
Appreciate
truly.
it.
You just came across, like we just crossed paths, and then when I actually looked at your resume and did some research, I was like, oh, he's true and true a firstie,
Appreciate
which is basically a
it.
first gen who's the first to achieve
Oh,
something, and
yeah.
you know, yeah. So let's just go,
Firstie.
So you were a brand builder and early investor in body armor that then sold for $5 billion.
Yes.
So congratulations, cha-ching.
Thank you. Absolutely.
You partner with Target, Aloe, Body Armor, Puma, and more.
Yeah.
And what interests me is you were intern first, and then you built your way to have equity in the company.
Yeah.
That's literally what Firsties
Literally.
is. Yeah.
True.
Do you recall that grind and like?
Yeah, so in high school here in Queens, my Italian uncle, he went to Holy Cross High School where I went, and he created vitamin water and sold it to Coca-Cola for $2 billion back when I was in high school, and I thought that was amazing. So then I got his number, called him every day, and I was playing basketball at the time, and I had a scholarship, and I didn't want to play basketball anymore because I'm like, I'd rather just go get these billions selling beverages. But he's like, nah, go to school, learn, and all this. So I went to school. And played basketball, got a scholarship, got my master's degree. And then when I finished up at school, he was starting a sports drink company called Body Armor. And I had a chance to play basketball overseas and stuff like that. But I was really done with it. And entrepreneurship has always been my motto. My mom always used to say, I want you to own the NBA team and not play on the team. So that's always been my mindset. So when I see him starting Body Armor, I was like, you know, I know he sold vitamin water for $2 billion. This is probably going to go for like double. And it ended up going for $5 billion. So you know, I just got an eye for, you know, the right people and things like that.
Congratulations. That's amazing. Like, are y'all hiring? No, I'm joking. That's amazing. Actually, speaking about your family, when I did some research, your uncle's DJ Irv. Is that correct?
Yeah, the late. He just passed away. Word.
I heard. I'm sorry for your
Yeah, Irv Gotti. That's my guy right there. Yeah, we used to hang out. I was his I would say his favorite nephew, but whenever like he wanted to go to the strip club and like party and feel young, he always call me at like 12, like, yo, meet me here at this strip club. And I'd be tired. I'm like, yo, this is my favorite uncle, and like we always have a good time. So yeah, that's my guy right there. Like, I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, it sounds like family had a lot of influence in your life. Do you think that's why you went to the entertainment industry and like did the acting, modeling, and then also entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had a huge impact and influence on me because, you know, I grew up here in Queens, and as a kid, I thought rapping and playing basketball was the only way out the neighborhood, because that's all I saw, and or selling drugs. A lot of famous drug dealers, from New York and stuff. But then when I got to visit him, and especially in LA, and I seen like actors and just seeing his success and things he did, and he did music, and I'm not musically inclined, so I didn't want to follow that path, but he influenced me in other ways and in business wise and things like that. So,
Wow. Did you have like passion for like acting, modeling before that, or was it like being exposed to it that kind of brought it?
Well, you asked me, you said music or movies, and movies has always kind of been a passion for me. Like, I always look at Denzel and Will Smith as inspiration and like mentors and things like that. Like, I feel like Denzel has helped raise me because I grew up without a father, so it was just all women in my house. So I really didn't see what a man's supposed to be doing. So through these movies, I saw what men are supposed to do. So John Q, like Denzel played in that, and just his other roles, and He Got Game and stuff like that. I was like, okay, this is what a man's supposed to do. You put your pants on. So that's where I kind of learned to be a man. I mean, that helped me a lot. So yeah.
What's a movie that kind of like stuck with you, or like what's your favorite movie that when it comes like to that basically?
To the
I need to know this answer because I love movies.
Really did it?
Tied Denzel for you, I guess.
Please take your time.
Yeah.
One right.
I mean, honestly though, like it's gonna be American Gangster. Okay. Honestly. Yeah, because, just the hustle. I just love the hustle, and being a provider for your family is very important for me. And he did it in such a classy way. So that one for me. Is there a famous or favorite Denzel movie that y'all like?
So we know what's so funny. You know my favorite movie.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Remember the Titans is my
all-time okay,
favorite movie.
Okay.
Speaking of Denzel, I cry. I'm like, the Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I went to see.
Oh.
Did you? I did not know that.
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy.
They used to watch it like every time like there's like a movie night in English class every year.
You're like, we're tired of this. I mean, but that's a flex. Like, I would totally be like, we get it. But the Brotherhood killed me.
That was dope.
Yeah.
So that would be your favorite Denzel one?
I'm not gonna lie, not really.
Okay.
I don't see. The thing is,
like, I'm tired, guys. I watched it.
I watched it at school every time.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite movie?
Oh wait, I have to think of like Denzel movies because I'm not really like a movie person.
Okay,
I watch shows more, so I don't have like. I don't think like there's not like a specific Denzel movie that's like.
I mean,
that
he
stands
so
out to
many.
me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
I hope a lot of these, that's what movies is about though. It's like, they almost raise you. Like, I was a latchkey kid, so like, I didn't have a babysitter. I came home and made sure I didn't answer the door and just did my homeworks. Like, the television was my babysitter. So that's how I grew my love for these like characters. Yeah. Absolutely. And just again, the Brotherhood made me sob crying. My brother's like one of my most favorite people. So I'm just like, Brotherhood. Okay, so speaking about, you spoke about how your dad kind of wasn't in your life, and we talk about that relationship with like our parents and stuff, and how like a lot of it comes from like our childhood, and how a lot of us were just grown ass adults. That's what I'm realizing, right? Like none of us know what we're doing, even our parents. So when you were younger, is that what drove you to like get out there and like achieve your dreams and stuff, or was it out of like, for some people they're like, I'm gonna show you like that I either don't need you. You know that Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air scene,
with his
where he's like, I'm fine. I don't need my, you know what I mean?
I have I cried to that this morning because I love Will Smith, and I listen to his book all the time. And I've been really looking for inspiration. So I've been listening to his book, going to sleep with it. And then today I was listening to that part when he was explaining about that scene, and then I started crying. I'm like really bad with my emotions, because like, something sweet on TV will make me cry, and then something sad. So I don't know what is wrong with me.
I am with you.
But I definitely shed a tear this morning.
Yeah.
And but you said, what was the inspiration and the driving? It was honestly my mom. No, I come from such a amazing, my mom and my grandma, but my mom was like so special and inspirational, and she was an accountant and she never went to college. She was so smart, and she always wanted so much from me. She would just treat me so well and be like, after every shower, she would be like lotioning me and putting stuff in my hair and taking care of me. So, you know, I'm thinking like,
That's like a love language. Honestly.
Yeah.
In itself, it's a
It
love
is.
language.
and you know, unfortunately, she passed away when I was 15. So, you know, I'm thinking like she did all this for me, lotioning me up every day, education, taking me. So I'm like, I can't let that go to waste. I got to make the most of this and make something of myself. So that's kind of what really drives me the most is my mom, Kim, for sure.
Oh, shout out to her.
Yeah, word.
Yeah. I mean, I will say give credit to yourself too, because people have had that with their parents and they don't really do anything with it sometimes.
True.
Yeah. So that's your character.
And that's like the firsties experience where like a lot of first gens kind of like go hard like when it comes to like life and success because they know it's kind of bigger than them. Basically, there's like a lot more people kind of riding on that.
Definitely.
Do you, speaking of that, because we're all firsties, do you guys enjoy that pressure, or is it sometimes annoying to you guys? Like, we can't not win. Like, that's what I learned at like 6 years old. Right?
There's literally like
we come
no
from
other way.
entrepreneurs
Exactly.
as well. Like, it's just like you got to make it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm okay with it. Other times I'm like, can I just sleep for 2 seconds? Can I take a nap? Like, no.
I feel like it can be like debilitating, but like I guess like you know how sometimes like especially like with our like family or like opposite generate like families and stuff, they have like the bar like up like actually like by the stars. You know what I mean? So like whatever you do,
Literally,
you don't really
like,
like appreciate or like celebrate like your little wins.
Yeah.
But if you start to kind of like get to like, okay, this is still like a win. I'm still like in the right direction. I feel like it won't be like debilitating. Do you know what I mean?
Or the win has to be what they thought it was. Like, we were supposed to be doctors and surgeons.
Exactly. So
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's the reality of it. So did your family always support you along the journey because your family was kind of in entertainment, or they're like, go to school, like cure cancer?
Yeah, no, and that's very interesting you say that, because I think not having parents helped me be very creative myself, because honestly, probably if my mom was alive, she probably would have kind of forced me into the way that she wanted me to go. Yeah. And I see that a lot with kids and my friends where they're, you know, has that pressure on them. And I always tell them, I always be like, no, mom, I'm doing this. Like, I'll be like, just tell her you don't want to do that and you want to do this. You know, when I lived with my grandma, after my mom passed, I moved with my grandma. My grandma is like a hustler. She was in the streets and doing things. So she was like, just do what you want to do, like hustle and get it. So that gave me that creative freedom to do whatever I want to do. But I do know parents do put that pressure on their kids because they don't understand. I mean, even just thinking about Will Smith, he wanted to do rapping and his mom was like, no, you got 1 year to get this shit don't work, then you going to school. And now we got social media and we got all kinds of crazy jobs that parents do not get. So there's a lot of pressure in that aspect. So I totally get it for sure.
Yeah. And for them, it's like they're thinking of like the best case scenario. Like all they know is basically like go to school, work, get your degree and everything. So they're kind of like everything else is just like unfamiliar basically. So I kind of understand when it comes to like, I guess like immigrant parents and everything. Yeah. But has that kind of changed like the way you would parent basically in the future? Like
No, I'm gonna give my kid that creative freedom to do things. You know, I swear to God, I struggle with it so much with my job because, you know, people ask me, you know, what do you do? And it's such a hard answer because there's not like a title for what I do, you know what I mean? And then I get a lot of trouble with like my family and friends and stuff. They think I'm just having a great old time because I make my work look fun because I gotta have fun. But I feel like sometimes people would respect it more if I like worked at McDonald's or like work behind a desk or something because they know exactly what you're doing. When you have this freedom to do whatever, people be like, oh, he's just having a good time. Or like, I can't even post certain stuff and it kills me. Like, you know, like restaurants and stuff and just fun trips and stuff like that. Because people think I'm out here partying and stuff. But I get paid to do this. You know what I mean? They don't understand that. So it sucks a little bit.
Which is so funny because when I was looking at your resume, I was like, I think he needs a nap. I actually think you're so busy. I'm like, you're having fun, but I was like, I think you need a nap from like his entire resume there. But honestly, on the other side of it though, it's like, imagine trying to explain this to like my grandma. Like, so I'm going to shoot this and then edit it and then put it on this ether for them people to consume and then that's how I get paid. You know what I mean? Like it is tough to explain.
Yeah, true.
You know, like it is.
True. I mean, but there's no judgment on my end, like with anything, right? Like if somebody tell me something, that's what it is. I take what you tell me as what you tell me, because you know what I mean? Yeah. And some people be looking and just being nosy and trying to, don't be doing that. Whatever I tell you, that's what it is. This is what I'm doing. And believe in me. And if you don't, then whatever, you know? So I really don't be in people's business too much. Like, you know, if I have a wife and she says this is what she's doing, I'm going to trust her. This is what you're doing. You know what I mean? Until if I see otherwise, or, you know, but I got a lot of trust in people, you know?
Speaking of that, do you keep a tight-knit circle? Like,
yeah, I'm a loner. I'm real, you know, I'm a only child, so I'm definitely by myself a lot. But I have really close friends and stuff, but kind of when I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm where I'm going, it's a lonely road because they don't understand. People not understanding.
We're just talking about this. Yeah,
you know, because I don't even all the way understand. I'm figuring this stuff out. So if I try to talk to people like, what do you think? They not going to give me that right advice because they don't even know where it's going. So I stick to myself a lot and I talk with myself a lot. And when I want to have fun and stuff, I'll hang out with them. But when it comes to like work in my personal life, it's a, you know, very tight. It's just me in this thing.
Do you like surrounding yourself with like other creatives or like other people like in kind of your field, or one of your fields, honestly, but do you like to like surround yourself like in those spaces, or do you want like, I guess like someone like with 9-to-5s and stuff to kind of get like a different perspective in life?
Yeah, I would say both. I would say all of it. Like I talk to everybody from the janitors to the CEOs because I really like to learn. And you can learn something from everyone, of course, and that's big. I love talking to people, but I definitely like sticking with the industry leaders. The other day I went to Michael B's premiere for his new movie Sinners, and that's on Warner Bros. And I work with Amazon's family, and I didn't want to even go to Warner Bros. Thing and support it, but because Michael B is leading black actors, and probably not even just black actors, he's leading like actors. I wanted to go and study the craft and kind of, you know, say what's up to him and support and stuff like that, because I'm very competitive, and you know, I want to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. And it was really, really good. Him and Ryan Coogler got something very special going on.
that duo.
Yeah,
Like,
tough, real tough.
Is insane.
Yeah. So I know, obviously, you've done like modeling, acting, influencing, everything. Is there something that you would want to like kind of break into, or something new that you kind of want to like venture into, I guess?
Politics.
Really?
That's the last thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Was it really?
Yeah.
The last thing I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, politics. I come from Queens. The president of the United States right now, he's from Queens. I don't know if y'all knew that.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, he's from Queens.
Okay.
And if he could do it, why can't I? But also just you know, my story and where I come from, and what really want me to get in, why I really want to get into politics is because I'm really good with all races, all ethnicities, all people from walks of life, and I play a lot of middle ground where I communicate for people. Like some people don't know how to talk to these people, so I'll be like, yo, they saying this, and so like I'm really peaceful in that way. And I would love to take that to a larger scale and communicate with the other countries and just the different people. And yeah, I really love people, honestly.
I actually want to ask you a little bit more on that, because I feel like for people who are listening, people wish to have that trait. Do you think that's a skill that you learn throughout the years, or do you think that's just something that you either have it or you don't? Like interpersonal skills, how to talk, how to move, really how to move in a room. That's like 90% of it.
That's a really good question.
Right? So what are your thoughts?
I think that you learn that, because me growing up in Jamaica, Queens, it was just black people, it's the hood. But my mom was like, I want you to go to school in a white neighborhood where there's Chinese people, there's Indian people. I want you to get, you know, culturally integrated with everyone. So I really learned how to mess with everybody from a young age at school, and, you know, hanging out with the different ethnicities. And I really learned how to communicate with them. And I think the brands I work with understand that too. You know, like they always, you know, I feel like I represent black people and I can speak to black people, and a lot of the brands that I work with are not in the black community. So they're like, let's get Blaise, and he'll tell them, yo, aloe is actually cool. Like I tell a lot of like the black community about aloe because they didn't really know about it. So, you know, I take pride in that, and I'm glad like diversity is being included, and that they're, you know, working with me to do that.
Yeah.
So how, like, what's one advice you would give people who would want to kind of like know how to work a room, or like know how to, like, you know, build their
know how to
network
kiki is what we
exactly
Yeah.
know how to kiki in Firsties term, but what's like one advice that you would give them, or like what could they do,
or how to start.
How to start? Yeah, like okay. How to start into not to kiki. When you said that threw me. That threw me because my friend always he's saying that y'all kiki and but how to move in rooms and stuff like that, right?
I do think that's like 90% of it, guys. It's just knowing how to talk to people.
Yeah. I mean, I would start off like in New York, right? Like everyone is very mean and got nasty face and like attitude and stuff. So growing up, I saw that. So I'm like, how can I be different? I always want to be different. So I'm like, just smile, just be nice. Everyone's mean. So that was kind of like my first way into the room, right? Going to the door, you know, you got the doorman, he don't want to let nobody in. Everybody mean. So I'm just being nice, being myself, walking with confidence. Now I'm in the room. So now you get in the room, and you know, I always travel by myself to places like, you know, when I go to premieres and go to rooms, forces me to talk to people, right? Sometimes a lot of people, you got to go with your friends and you just be hugged up on them kikiing and not meeting nobody. So I go by myself, and then after a while, you're going to start feeling lonely, and you'll find one person you start talking to, and it's kind of like the bait. Like once people see you talking to one person, then they like, oh, who's this? And they start seeing your personality. Then you start talking to another next person and start building from there. So yeah, I would just say, you know, try to be different. Just, you know what I mean? Smile, be nice. Like that's why I love New York, but the one thing I hate about New York is the attitude of it. And I know you got to have that tough attitude, but there's places we don't need that. Like, sometimes I'll go to a club with my friends where we used to go, and they come with and matter of fact, I suffer from it too, because when I used to sell body armor to Targets, right? I used to go to all the stores, and first Target I would go to, I would have this face on, and I didn't even realize, and I would try to sell body armor, and I would never get a sale in the first store. I'm like, why am I not getting a sale in the first store? And I realized I have my face on from the neighborhood, because, you know, in my neighborhood, you got to have a tough face because, you know, and then I realized you looking crazy. And they say after 30, you're in control of your face, right? So 27, 25, you don't know what your face look like. That's okay. But by 30, you got to know what your face looks like. Nah, that's a fact.
we can't have the RBF allegations.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just hit 29, so I got some time, guys. Okay, go ahead. I got one more year.
Hilarious, yo.
That's hilarious. Okay, so to wrap up this episode, I saw a previous interview where you said, you kind of spoke about it on this episode actually, were you inspired by a person speaking about vitamin water, and then your teammates kind of fell asleep, but you were like really engaged?
Yeah.
So I feel like you're in that seat now.
Mm-hmm.
So to the little boy out there, or little girl out there, or the firstie out there, what would you share? What advice would you give them on achieving their dreams, or anything, or worth ethic, or anything that you've learned?
I would say, I'll probably say like adding value to somebody, right? Because I've been on the brand side, I've been on the influencer side, and I be seeing a lot of messages that the kids be sending through the DMs, and they like, yo, sponsor me, or yo, like you can't just be like, yo, sponsor me, or yo, let me, like, tell somebody you really love their brand. Like I always say, I really love your brand. Your products are amazing. Like, give a compliment. Don't just come talking about sponsor me. Like, who are you? And I look at your page. You got one picture on there. You in the deli. Like, just nothing. Like, be nice. Like, you know, make somebody smile, and then they could work with you from there. Help me help you. Give me something to work with. So just that language and how you speak to people. I'm really, really big on how I speak to people and how people speak to me too. Like, I be crafting emails and stuff, and I'm very meticulous on the words that I say, because there's certain words people hear that opens things up. Like, they be like, oh, you said that? Yeah, yes, right away, whatever you want. You know what I mean? So just be very conscious and mindful of the words that you say is very important.
Be mindful of the words. I completely, it's half of it is communicating.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, right?
You know?
And like you said, even the nonverbal communication is like the biggest
That
part, because that's
part.
literally 80%.
That
If I'm talking with
nonverbal.
like a straight,
That
the
part.
RBF, see, that's what we struggle with the RBF a little bit, but we're
Like
getting
I have
the
to
hang of
tell
it.
my face.
Right,
Like, smile.
exactly.
Yo, there's been so many times, but I just want to just talk about like dating so much,
Ooh,
a little
please,
bit,
yeah.
right? Like
Let's get into it.
Right.
with women, right? Like you see a beautiful woman over there, and she got the RBF, right? And then like giving you attitude and stuff like that, and then you find out she really likes you like the next day, and like I'm like, yo, what the?
You didn't pick up on
Like
that.
we like.
I
Where
didn't
was
see
this
that.
energy? You know, when I first met you, you wasn't
Keep that
like,
same energy. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can play.
She's triggered.
Right, I might be triggered. I'm like, I'm defending.
She's like, she might be hungry. I don't know.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
If I could also say, sometimes it's like a protective thing as well, because like we can say some guys come at us crazy.
That's true too.
And it's how you were like in the hood too. Like you have to like, because they come.
Because you're still like gauging.
No, but I'm a 5'2" girl. Like people come to me crazy. I'm like, sir, what did you just tell me? Like, so I gotta be like, please don't try me. Even though I think I'm really, really sweet, and so are you. But it's wild nowadays, Blaise. I
Yeah.
swear, dating is crazy.
Are
Miriam
y'all
is like,
dating? And how's the dating?
oh, good question. Oh, I don't know. You were the host. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I need some help in this area. I'm
So
not
do
dating.
we.
I feel like DC is very like secluded. Not actually, yeah, it's very like cliquey, secluded. So I feel like dating in DC is a little.
Good black women in DC. I tell you that much.
We've heard, yeah. It's also a huge Habesha Ethiopian population as well, and we're related to all of them. So there's that as well.
Yeah.
There's that as
We
well.
know half the people, so
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
just
For
really
me,
nice.
it's just the dating scene is very much like, to me, and we just had another episode where we talk about like let's normalize. Excuse me. People just move too fast for me.
really,
Yeah, I think they move way too fast. There's no more like, but really, there's no more like courtship. There's no more like, let's get to know, hey, what's your name? Eye contact,
it's,
nice
do you
to
love
meet
me or
you.
not? Like right away. Like,
Yeah.
Are we? Like,
Are we in this or not? I'm like, I'm sorry, what's your last name? Like, what's happening? Like,
yeah. I feel like in DC, men don't be like doing the approaching. Do you know what I mean? I feel like everyone's like secluded in their corner. Even if you like go to the club, and on the left, you think it's like
That
homecoming. Like
is
it's
the-
not really integrated. Do you know what I mean?
no one's even dancing anymore.
That's
like,
what I'm
nobody's,
saying.
Like, dancing.
y'all gotta go out with me. Definitely, we're gonna be dancing for sure.
Oh, show us around because we're here.
Yeah, New York is better. Yeah. DC. I'm gonna take you up on that offer. By the way, we have it on record.
Yeah,
so we're gonna have some
definitely.
fun. That is it for this episode, guys. Anything else you want to share? We'll plug him down below. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
I'm trying to think. I thought there was something I wanted to say. Yeah, I wanted to go back to the black woman thing. I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Just because I come from black women, and here in New York, it's very diverse, like super, super diverse, and a lot of times I find myself not dating black women, right? And just being honest, and it's so diverse, and I don't know. I just should I move to DC if I like?
Is that where it's at?
Michelle Obama is like one of my favorite people, and she actually just sent me some of her new sports drinks today, and I really love her, and like that's the kind of woman I would like to date. And in New York,
Describe her for me, because people say that.
character,
What do you mean by kind of woman? Like, break it down for us.
yeah, that's the woman I wanted. I want to date a woman like Michelle Obama. She is very not
Like-
powerful.
Like
She's
educated.
very
like, what's the
educated.
term?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Okay, I want like okay.
Yeah, very educated, but just someone that you can build an empire with, right? If y'all could see the dating in here in New York and just the ones that be having stink faces that I'm talking about, like they don't have two nickels to rub together, and they not educated and no jobs, and like it's real bad. No, seriously.
Oh, serious?
And you looking like this, and you ain't even like it's horrible. And they want people to be spending money, like buying them a bag. What you buying me? Like, it's real bad. My mom would be so sad about this, So I just really would like to find a really good woman that I could build an empire with. Because I'm trying to build something amazing. I'm trying to be the president of the United States. I need somebody, a first lady. If y'all know anybody out there,
Michelle right
let
now,
me
guys.
know.
Let's find Blaise his Michelle immediately.
Please.
Comment down below.
Instagrams and numbers.
Firsties.
Securities That is it for this episode, guys. This was so much fun, Blaise. Thank you so much for doing it. Seriously, thank you for your time. I truly, truly appreciate it. I'll plug them down below. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching, viewing, subscribing.
Exactly. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Click the links, everything.
Facts.
Keep up, guys.
Yep. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye,
guys.